Hello everybody and welcome back to The Lagoon. On this episode of our weekly deep dive into algae, we're going to be talking about green spot algae. So, the first thing that we have to do is figure out what causes it. And basically the main causes of this would be excess light in the aquarium, excess nutrients, things like nitrates and phosphates, and other organic matter like that, and also excess CO2 in the aquarium. So what we have to do to fix this problem is target those problems at the source. So we have to figure out exactly what caused those problems to start the algae bloom. So for example, if you have excess nutrients in the aquarium, then it's very possible that you're either feeding too much, or you're not doing regular water changes, or you're having some decomposing matter in the aquarium, so things like a fish died and you couldn't find it, or your plants are decomposing, stuff like that. So yeah, like I said, how we would fix that is we do water changes and all that stuff. So also for excess light, a good rule of thumb is to do 8 hours a day. And the best way to control that light is to put it on a timer, and it's actually better to put it on a timer because your plants will actually enjoy having that actual schedule, so it'll be great for them. And if you have excess CO2 in the aquarium, the best way to fix that is to do an air pump and an air stone, or you could just do surface agitation with a power head or anything like that. You just want to get more oxygen into the water so that you're not having so much CO2. So now that we've targeted the actual problem and hopefully you have eliminated that, and however way you decide to do that, now we actually have to get rid of the algae itself. And how we would do that, you could do it in multiple ways. The easiest and quickest way would obviously just to be like scrubbing your glass or scrubbing whatever exactly has the algae on it. So in that case, you could use a mag float. Mag floats work very well for green spot algae. I definitely recommend them. What else you could do is, if you want to be on the cheaper side, just use paper towels and just scrub them like that. The only thing is sometimes they're on there a little bit too... They're very hard to get off. That's basically it. So what you could do is you could use a razor blade. Just be very careful, you don't want to scratch into your aquariums. And if you're using acrylic, I definitely do not recommend using a razor blade for acrylic. Now, if you want to opt for something that's a little more natural, there's two things that you could do. You could either add plants, and I actually have a video about easy low light plants if you're wanting to do something that's lower maintenance and your tank isn't necessarily set up to be a planted aquarium. That's okay. These plants that I will put a link somewhere are great, and they're great for lower light, and you can grow them pretty much anywhere. And the second option would be to get an algae eater, and the algae eaters that would be good for green spot are, you can use bristlenose plecos, they're good. Nearite snails, they're good. I've had good experiences with both of them, even though some people will tell you that they do not eat green spot algae. They're liars, they do, I promise. And the ones that I have personally heard that have been okay would be autosynclus, and also Siamese algae eaters, and even hill stream loaches sometimes, but I haven't actually tested that myself, so I can't guarantee that they will be good algae eaters. Definitely the best ones would either be bristlenose plecos or nearites, rubber lip plecos. Those would be good as well. So anyway, thank you all for watching. Please subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow on the next episode of our deep dive.